everyone. I wanted to do a February reading and switch it up, make it a little bit different than my January video for January 2025. Now it's February 2025, and I thought I would do 3 readings in one. So the first reading that I wanted to cover is love. Since it's February, it's Valentine's Day. For those of you who celebrate, for those who don't, maybe you do something different. Galentine's Day, what have you. So I actually chose a card here, and it's the love card in my Lenormand Oracle deck, and I just shuffled and put these cards, laid these cards out in a portrait reading. So I'm going to use both the portrait reading here with the Lenormand Oracle cards and with my tea leaf reading. And this is again for the month of February. The first reading, and it's about love and relationships. So first off, I'm going to get us started actually with the teacup, because right away in a teacup, you always start with the handle, and that represents you at the present time. I'm going to be doing just the month of February, so I break it down into 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks. So the whole month is shown in here. I have to tell you, and it's probably because it is considered the month of love, but it is looking really good after a quick glance at my cards and my teacup. The first symbol here is a genie and a bottle. He's outside of this. It looks like a teapot, and I'm going to take a picture of it, and I'm going to share this with you on the screen as well. But take a look at that first symbol right at the handle, which is present time, first week of February, first days of February. You're starting the month off right, considering your love and relationships. This genie is over the bottle, the genie bottle, or that teapot, and he's just about to, he or she, sorry, is about to grant your wishes. You'll see there's almost smoke or steam coming from that bottle there. And that's just a really good sign that things are going to be moving really well with you this month. And right at the top of the cup, right at the handle, the goal here is love. It's a heart. It's a very small looking heart, but it's just the beginning of this month. So I'm seeing a sort of some fanfare, some what I guess you could call that like shooting out. It's almost like if you're at a sports game and they're shooting out hot dogs or t-shirts at you. It's sort of thrown out here. It's shooting out, blasting, if you will. So if you are in a new relationship, take that as a good sign to move forward with it and just dive wholeheartedly into it. Of course there could be potential issues, but this is a time to sort of, I guess listen to your intuition, but just to, go for it, if you will. So here is another sort of movement of working towards it, weaving. I work with textiles, so I think of this symbol right here as somebody weaving this on a loom, and they're weaving in love going forward. There are some other mentions of the genie bottle, so your wishes coming true. That's within the first week, so really put your whole heart into that if that's what you're looking for this month. If you're not looking for love, you can definitely go to the next section in the video as well. I'm marking them in the video description. So if this doesn't apply to you, if you're not looking for love or concerning yourself with love this month, then maybe the next 2 readings might have some more significance for you. Okay, so yeah, it seems like at the 2-week mark, that's when some things, the real work is going to happen. This aligns perfectly with Valentine's Day, if you will. That's the middle of the month, February 14th, and that's where I see the sort of proposal. So some of you may be getting proposals. I'm seeing a person who is proposing to someone, and there's a heart connecting them in between. It's a very old-fashioned looking proposal here. So there's what I see as a man figure. Doesn't have to be, but that's just how I read it. And he's almost bent on one knee and proposing to another person, and he or she is speaking out, saying yes. Moving forward, there's a car. It's just a sign for the answer will be yes and moving forward. So for those of you who are expecting or hoping for a proposal, that looks like that might happen. There are some bouquets and music notes in there, and that looks like a good thing. Afterwards, there's a celebration with family and friends, and everyone is looking at the couple with a heart and planning a formal commitment ceremony, whatever that may be for you. So that's the initial, right around Valentine's Day, and then there's going to be some time after that. So it's going to be this initial very big excitement, and then everything will sink in and just move forward a bit more calmly. Things will get back to normal after that. More plans can be made after 3 weeks. Right near the end of the month here, there's a football being kicked. For you sports fans out there, you'll see that there's this figure and they're kicking a football forward. So that's a good sign to move forward. You've made the right decision. Okay, so this cup is generally for people who are wanting commitment and moving forward with commitment. You can take this as, symbols towards that commitment. It doesn't have to be a formal proposal and marriage at all. It can just mean commitment and whatever that looks like to you. In the cup, it's playing out very traditionally, just to show us how things in love can move forward. There are some other symbols that I see in here too, that can go along with that. But really, you can show your commitment in many different ways. This can also be in relationships with family and friends, people who you love, and making a great commitment on working towards a good relationship. So hopefully that is very meaningful for you. And I'm just going to switch over to the Lenormand Oracle cards for this love reading in the portrait style. 9 cards here. So we're centered around love. I'm going to read these a few different ways. The left side here, right at this moment, I'm going to take this whole left side as the past. So the key is taking a look at your past, and look, this is the hard stuff. The hard stuff is in your past. All that, we've all been through bad relationships, bad love and friendships, or even family, just love and relationships. It's been hard for sure. Most of us have gone through hard times. You may have even dealt with a snake, literally a snake. In this context, I'm just going to say this could be a little bit narcissistic. So you might have been dealing with someone who's quite narcissistic, full of themselves. This is a card of, there's this, person here who looks like she's kind of full of herself. And this can be a toxic or narcissistic person. So again, I'm showing right now in the past. So the key to the past here is moving on from that and just believing that at the present time and in the future, you can move forward. What this is showing is that's exactly what's going to happen. Rely on your spirituality, because new news may be coming about a new love, or a love that you have questions about. You could be getting news about that, and it's a good thing. This is a spirituality card. Whatever spirituality you aligns with you, then take it that way. But this could also be align yourself with someone who has those same spiritual values as you, same ethical type of person, someone who you have lots in common with. This may be a time to seriously look at that. You know, if someone's values don't align with you, are they the person for you? And I know a lot of people are going through that right now and making some decisions. It's really a time to make those decisions and make them known. In the 1700s, when these cards were designed, as far as I know, that's what would happen. They would send a letter. This could, in this situation, be a love letter. So what is this love letter saying that you're sending? Is it, I love you and I want to move forward? It looks that way in this reading, but for those of you who are questioning it, really take some time to write down your feelings. And is this the time to make those decisions and send your letter? This, of course, these days it's text. Well, maybe you don't want to do a love, something about love through text, but this could be communication, online communication, email, text, over FaceTime, what have you. So, but let's just sort of focus in on the good relationships here and the ones who are wanting to make the commitment and know they're in the right place. And this is all signs pointing to yes. Okay, so if this helps you make this decision, take a look at this line. It's wonderful. This is a beautiful garden, or this is your community. So you've got the right people. You are getting to be in the right community. This, if it's a person that you're thinking of, you've made the right decision. You're moving forward to having this beautiful life with this in this beautiful garden. This was considered a social card back in the 1700s. You know, people would socialize with their friends and community and lovers in the beautiful gardens, and that's just such a beautiful card to have in this love reading. This is also a great card as well. The 16 of hearts here, or the 6 of hearts, it's the number 16 card. This is the stars card. It's basically like all your hopes and dreams can come alive here. Shoot for the stars. So don't settle for anything. This looks like, you know, you've been through hard relationships. Present, you may be looking for love. And this is shoot for the stars. So really, it's all about you and what you want, shooting for the stars. I have to say, this is the greatest card here for a love relationship reading. It's the sun. It's so bright. Everything looks sunny. And what I typically do in these little portrait readings is I take a look at the center, the topic, and I put this here on purpose because I wanted to do a love reading. But typically when you are shuffling and you don't know what you're, looking for, you're not purposely intending to read for love, you'll find this card, might be a surprise to you, whatever shows up here. So you look at the center card, and then you take a look at the gist of the reading, which is this first card. So in this case, we're centered around love, but what's the key to love here? I'm going to go all the way back to the sun, which is the outcome card. And the key to love, the outcome, is wonderful and sunny and beautiful and bright. So again, what a great row here to have here. A column, I should say. That's funny. I used to teach Microsoft Excel, if you can believe. And that is a column here. So this column is wonderful. So hope that you feel like this month is a good month for you. love, as in a love connection, and it looks to be that. So enjoy this month, and take that time to really reflect on what your values are, where you're going in life with love and relationships, and it can be all that you want it to be. Okay, those hopes and dreams. You deserve all of these hopes and dreams. So thank you very much, and if you'd like to stay for the next reading, please feel free to do so. But if you feel like you got enough out of this love reading, then I hope you've enjoyed it, and take a look at my next videos. I'm going to be posting some other interesting things this month, and then I'll be back in March as well to do a March reading. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Hi everyone, I'm back for reading 2 for February, and this I chose to make it all about home. For me, I live in Canada. It's very chilly here in Ottawa, and not as snowy as it usually is, but February in any case is a really good time for me to love being at home and spending time at home. If anyone is familiar with the Danish term hygge, or actually it's pronounced hygge, but spelt Hygge, you'll know all about the feeling of coziness at home, and that's why I chose this for the month. I can hear snowplows outside right now. I don't know if you can hear that or not. So I laid out the cards, and I swirled my teacup and just did a quick look before turning the camera on. And it's kind of a difficult reading to understand for home, because there are 2 different meanings to it. What really jumps out at me is this: whenever I see these 2 cards together, you can read it as they're laid out. Luck, key, lucky. So if I take a look at that, and then this bottom row here, where there's this tree, that is like an ancestral card for me. Sometimes it's health, but if it's related to your home, along with this card, which is a Lily's card, which to me is feminine wisdom and your ancestors as well, and the wisdom that comes from your ancestry. These 2 cards and lucky makes me feel like you are in the right place at your home, and perhaps it is not the time to move. So those are great cards, actually. But then when I take a look at the first card, which is kind of the gist of the reading, I'm seeing this fox. You'll see there's his home in this cave right behind him. Now, that fox can be clever. It's a work card in some situations. He can be this clever fox, but it can also be sort of a sly fox. So if you perhaps are dealing with selling your home, or considering selling your home, or moving to a new place, you may be dealing with some sly people, perhaps, as well as maybe anxiety or, neighborhood gossip. So these 2 are not very good cards here in this, how I'm reading this. And then the outcome card here is, hard work. It's difficult. So in that case, I'm kind of wondering, there are mixed messages here. So it could be that you love the home that you're in your family home, and I'll get into that with the tea leaf reading. You love maybe being in this family home, but it is causing you stress at the moment. So I'm not seeing really any money cards here, but perhaps it is the economy or what's happening in the unrest in the world right now. So you're worried about your home. So I think that's where I'm going to go with that, is maybe there's too much worry, and you're worried about these sly foxes making decisions that might affect your home. Okay, so this month might feel kind of hard on you. I love to have readings that end up with wonderful positive news. But it just seems to me like February might be a bit of a difficult month surrounding your home. And that could be, whatever. It doesn't have to look like this house. It can be wherever you are, wherever you live on the planet, and however your home looks to you. House is different than home, right? So that's it's wherever home is for you, and hopefully it's not too difficult on you. Perhaps the note in this little portrait reading is just to stay put and to ride it out. Now, this lucky thing right here, that could mean something different for other people who maybe work in the business of changing homes or flipping homes or in real estate, and you might be lucky with that. So I'll leave that sort of as a mixed message thing, and hopefully you can take something out of that, or that might give you some guidance either to stay put, or do you want to go with this sort of take your chances with this new path. That is also an option. So sorry about that. That's mixed messages, but it can't all be clear and totally positive. For me, I would take that as let's stay home. Let's stay home and just take this time to rest at home, practice hygge, make your home beautiful, safe, warm, cozy. Okay, so that's how I'll leave the card part here. Now I'm going to flip over to the teacup, and I'll put some pictures in the video as well. And if I take a look at the handle, right at present time, there's a little girl here with these little tiny boots. I don't know if I've mentioned this in my other videos, but my maiden name is Bootland. So it's an English name, and I have all these different tea leaf reading symbols for boots and shoes. And so here's another boot right here. It's like an old granny boot, and here's this little child's boot right here. So typically in tea leaf reading for me, the imagery is very traditional and old most of the time. I bring that into modern day, but typically, like these images, I see a lot of similar imagery in here. So there's this little girl with this cute little old-fashioned looking girl boot, and she's playing outside in her home, in her garden, if you will. There's money around there. So I am taking that as money. It could be siblings as well, or family, but I'm going to take that as money. If you are concerned about money, it feels like here's a bit of a handout or a lending hand. If you are going for some lending with the bank, you will be given a handout if that relates to you. There are some birds moving forward here, so that could actually represent some inheritance money as well. There's a lot of imagery for education for some reason. I'm seeing an apple, which typically means teacher. In my last couple readings, I've had an apple showing up. There are letters here, the letter A, like as in the alphabet. So if you teach your children from home, or if the school is close to the home, maybe you're just in the right place. So that's all about children and family. Perhaps this grandmother boot, that could also represent ancestry. So maybe you're in your ancestor's home, or perhaps you are creating this beautiful root here, the tree and the roots. And over here is the tree blowing in the wind. So that is closer to the 2-week mark. So the tree blowing in the wind would go along with my reading in the cards. It's sort of like there may be some strong winds ahead. Last night in Ontario here, we had almost category 2 to 3 winds in some parts of Ontario, which is unheard of. So it feels like more might be coming. So if you are concerned about your home and wild weather events happening, just make sure that your home is protected and strong enough to withstand the winds. Okay, so the winds of change might be coming, or just literally storms. It's funny, I see my name here. I see Laura right there. I go by the Laurel Witch, but my name is Laura, and it's written here, and it's upside down, so that's why I'm kind of showing you that way. It feels like there's a message in there for me in particular, which I'm not surprised at, but so I just wanted to mention that sometimes you'll get messages that might be meaningful for you in particular. So I'll take a look at that off camera, but I feel like that relates to me. Okay, so let me see, moving forward here. I think the message here is to, again, at the 3-week mark, there's a person here and they're showing the heart and lungs area. So, you know, go with your heart. There's no heart in the cards here, but this is like, go with your heart. Feel like you can breathe easy, or stay where you can breathe easy. Make some decisions later. Yeah, it just all seems to be signs in kind of staying put for now. There's my peace pipe here. There's chickens here. That's more homestead, you know, related to the home and just staying put, or creating a home where you can feel like it is an ancestral home here, or like you're making a nice home for your children or your family, whatever your family looks like. Right here at the almost end of the month is a peace pipe. So again, you're just making peace with where you are and sitting there grounded. You might get some communication closer to the end of the month if you are planning on moving or wanting to move. You might get some information near the end of the month. I'm seeing a little like a thought bubble or a communication bubble here, which will bring you more peace. So if things are unstable with your home situation, you should get peace near the end of the month. So almost at 4 weeks. It's almost like 3.5 weeks, near the end of the month. So hopefully that's been helpful for you, especially if you've been trying to make some decisions on either moving or staying put. Okay, so if you do want to stick around for the 3rd and final reading for February, please do. And if not, if you've gotten enough out of either the love or the home reading, I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will see you in March, if not before. I will be posting other videos this month that might be of interest to you, so please do like my videos if you can, and do subscribe. I'm just starting this channel up again, and hopefully I can grow, and it's all with the help of you. So if you do feel like you're getting something out of this, please do like and subscribe. And I hope to see you very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi everyone, I'm back for the 3rd reading for February, and for the 3rd reading I chose it to be about money and finances. The School of Fish card can represent money, and that's what I chose. And then I shuffled the cards and I put a portrait around them, so I'll be going through that. And this teacup right here represents the money and finances aspect as well. So actually this time I'm going to start off with the teacup because I noticed a couple things as soon as I turned it over. Right now, this does go along with this first card here, which is typically the gist of the reading. If you saw in the 2nd reading that I just did over the home, there could be some anxiety here, or gossip, or chatter. That could represent a lot going on right now. And right here at the handle, which is present time, I'm seeing this face. There are two eyes and this mouth, which is looking like a kind of a worried face. It's almost like an emoji that I see, where, you know, the teeth are like gritted teeth. Maybe I can put that in the video as well. But that's right now. It's sort of like you're bracing for something financial right now, and it doesn't feel that good right now. It's concern, it's worry. And so let's see, it feels like you've got money that's tied up and you feel kind of helpless where you can't get it out. You'll see this is all right in here. There's this droplet of tea, and it's sort of tea, and it's holding the tea leaves sort of hostage there. You feel like you can't move forward with your money at this moment. This, of course, isn't going to speak to all of you, so, you know, if it doesn't resonate with you, then perhaps this reading may not be for you, or just continue on, because I will be going through some other things. What I'm seeing at the end of this cup, and I'm going to flip to the end, is this little shoe. If you saw in my last video, I do talk about my last name being Bootland, and I have all these different types of shoes and boots. And here is this slipper here. Now, I think that there is some sort of, I don't know, fairy tale or saying that goes along with a silk slipper or a silk purse or something like that, and that's the feeling that I'm getting. See, I don't even have to know the whole story, but I'm getting this feeling of wealth. So at the end of the month, that's where I'm seeing finances will seem to be better. And then if I take a look at the cards right here, it also ends up, the outcome for this portrait in the cards ends up with a better card here, this loyal dog. So that could represent your home. I know I just did a reading on the home. So again, at the end of the month, it seems like that might be a better time. So perhaps at present time, you're sort of like bracing or worried about things. It feels like you might get times throughout the month where you feel happy. I'm seeing a little happy face here. And then you're just going to go through a kind of a roller coaster of emotions concerning money. For those of you who are concerned about, are you going to get that loan, or are you going to, you know, some kind of thing that you're waiting for, if it's within the first week that you're expecting results, you should get good news on that. It feels like here's someone waiting for money, let's say finances, and here's somebody with a large bag on their back and they're ready to give it. So almost like Santa Claus. So if it is a bank loan or something like that, it does seem like it will be successful. If it's for a business or personal project that you're getting money for, because I'm seeing a little tiny hair in here, which always means that something's really important to you. It's close to your heart. And so that's a good sign that you will be getting some good news. Almost like angel investors, there's this little person that's like flying over top, and that feels like an angel. So if you are looking for investor input or money decisions, that looks like it could go flying forward into the second week here. Yeah, so that's looking good here. It feels like flying forward. There's actually a little witch here flying on her broom moving forward. So it will feel quite magical, which is a good sign in my books here. There's an eagle flying, so that could be related to the US, or if you're watching this from the US, you might have some better news about finances and growth right here. There's a tree right here. See the tree at the 2-week mark, and here's a tree here. So money and tree in the future. So in a couple of weeks, this could be growth for money and finances. And in the cards here, here's a new opportunity. So a new opportunity may present itself in the middle of the month, 2 weeks. Seems like mid-month February in all 3 readings is kind of important. Okay, so for those of you who do have something new happening, it could feel like a gift to you too, so that could go along with that. That could be from family as well, even advice on how to move forward with your money and your decisions on finances. So there are some gifts here. At the core, below it though, you have been feeling like there's this mouse here or the rat card, and it feels like, it's been chipping away at you. Maybe money has been chipping away at you, sort of coming in and stealing your cheese, in this case your money, and then taking it away, just taking little bits. So it does feel like you may feel the strain, which is not surprising. So there's this book here in my financial reading here. This book is going to act as a symbol for a ledger. So, usually this is a magic book for me, but in this financial case, it's going to be a ledger. Now, this ledger book is closed. So what's in there? Maybe perhaps you're keeping your money close to you because you don't want that money to be taken away from you. So if that's the case, then, do that at present time. Just keep your money to yourself. And then, maybe in the future, things will look better. You may want to check your loyalty. Are you questioning loyalty and someone having to deal with your money? Are you worried that they're not making good decisions for you? In that case, you really want to keep your money tight. I'm also seeing a little lamb here. I'm getting a couple different feelings from it, but I feel like there's action after the 2 weeks. In the 3-week mark, action. The little lamb, that's quite interesting. You'll feel maybe like a sacrificial lamb. That's the term that I'm getting here, which isn't a good sign. So do you feel like someone is making decisions for you that are affecting you? So that might be something to look out for. Again, I think it's just a good sign to keep your money close to you at this point. Of course, some of you might, be financial experts and know exactly what to do with your money, but this reading here is for people who definitely want to play it safe and not worry too much about their money, because it does feel like the stock market or the economy is on a downward trend near the end of the month. See, the clouds are right beside the money here. So are the clouds lifting though? They should lift this month, and you'll find out a little bit more, or you'll be able to make some new decisions, or start new projects, or grow with new finances on the horizon. You may be gifted something too. So these are good signs from the present to the future. Everything looks like it could be moving forward. So even if things like the stock market is going down, maybe because you've made some decisions to sort of be safe with your money, then just wait, kind of like a wait and see. And that was kind of the same thing with the home readings. So maybe that's just another good sign on how to move forward with both home and finances. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and or all 3 of them if you've watched all 3. And I thank you for sticking around with me, and I hope you enjoy my new videos. I'm going to be doing a lot more and quite a few different ideas, so they're not all going to be the same. So I hope that entices you to keep watching and to watch out for my videos. Please do like and subscribe, and you'll get notified on when my new videos do come out. And please feel free to share this with anyone else who might get something out of it. You never know who might benefit from an intuitive reading. It could just be things where we know intuitively in our heart where we should go, but we just need that little extra intuitive messages from someone else. We often question our own intuition, so this is just another way to feel like you are on the right path. So thank you again, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.